Anyway, let's get started on this next quest. Tanking is hard. Tell me about it. Beneath Ronitt's thick beard hides a self-satisfied grin. I've been putting the prototypes through its paces, doing a bit of fine-tuning along the way. I'm happy to say it's now complete. I reckon I probably could have done it all by myself eventually, but having everyone else chip in with the work definitely helped. If we keep this up, Watt's Anvil will be able to achieve world domination through technology. Might need to work on the slogan a bit. Alright, if we're gonna produce more Rollin Tankards, we'll need to find a way to speed up the process. Time for a meeting. We're almost ready to take over, save the world with our tanks. I hope you haven't forgotten what's in store for you once they're finished. Of course not, but in the meantime, I've got bigger fish to fry. You, boy, what the bloody hells do you think you're playing at consorting with Gogs? Bunch of stinking scruffy beards, the lot of them. About time someone came over and did this. Watch your tongue, Zamot, or I'll pull it out with my pliers. Okay, are these the chiefs of each of the tribes? Hobbs balls! It's the chief! God, and my chief's here too! So this is where you youngins have been all this time. Explain yourselves, and spare me any lip-bearded excuses. Wait, what is that? Behold, the Rollin Tankard, one of the lost designs of the great Watts. In the flesh. Well, in the metal, I suppose. But the point still stands. Yes, but what the bloody hells is it? Never mind that. What I want to know is how you got the grubby little mitts on Watts designs. They were locked in an unbreakable safe. Unbreakable? Don't think so, Chief. I opened that back when I was a nipper, and I thought it's finders keepers, so I helped myself to the plans inside. You did what? Taking such revered artifacts without permission is strictly forbidden. I should banish the bloody lot of you. I don't think they care. Steady on, Chief. I didn't even realize it was against the rules. As for you, I knew it was a girl, young lady, you'd better have a damn good excuse for this behavior. And I noticed that ethanol mill over there is of GOG design. If I find you've been sharing our secrets with the Thule, your life won't be worth living. You can't go replicating Watt's ideas willy-nilly. For all we know, this could bring about the destruction of Tomra. In any event, his great works are far beyond the capabilities of you whelps. Except for the fact we just built it. Also, to make matters worse, the GOG know all about it now. What's to stop them from building their own tanks and waging war on us? I don't like the sound of that. Maybe this weren't such a good idea after all. Stop sniveling, you two. Why would Watts design something like this if he didn't want anyone to make it? We're carrying on his legacy. If taking the plans is against the rules, why did no one here know about it? Surely someone would have said something to Ronitt if it's that severe a crime. Well, you'd think that being locked in a safe would be enough of a deterrent, but obviously not. Bugger my beard, do I have to spell everything out? Truth be told, I never thought anyone would break the sodden lock like that. I didn't mean no harm by it, honest. Maybe if I could explain why I wanted to build Watt's tank, you'll understand. You're cleverer than you look, Ronitt. I suppose it's no good having all that technology if we're the only ones who benefit from it. But let's make one thing clear. If you go producing a load of shoddy work, the Thole will be a laughing stock of Novront. Do you swear on Watt's beard that you'll do a proper job on it? We will. To prove that you can produce quality and quantity, I want you to complete 5 tanks by the next Beardtide festival. Think you can manage that? Yes! Should you fail, every Thole here will be sent straight back to Tomra. And that's not all. Ronitt must return Watt's hammer. Those are my conditions. Don't disappoint me. We'll be holding a demonstration at the bottom of the hill over there on Beardtide. Just you see. Only 5 by Beardtide? Ha! Why not make it 10? Challenge accepted. Ronitt. I've got something to take care of, but I'll be back soon. Suit yourself. Well, I guess we gotta go produce 5 tanks now. The more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. The only reason the chief's giving me such a hard time about this is because he reckons I'm not up to the task. I've also got a sneaking suspicion he made up that rule and wants his plans just to make my life miserable. He can't bear the thought of me showing him up with my engineering. Looks like the only way for it is to get those tanks built on the double. You see, Beardtide takes place roughly once a year, when it's time for the chief of Tomra to have his beard washed. Does that mean he only washes his beard once a year? Let's just continue. Judging by the state of it, I'd say we don't have long left. Again, I'm just going to gloss over that detail. We need to have as many people working on the tanks as possible, and that means making the workshop a lot bigger. Of course, I've already come up with the plan, but I need you to bring me some supplies. And this time, only your very best work will do. Got that? You'll find everything you need in the Mechatoad. How fancy, Mechatoad. Beep. Request for materials acknowledged. See, what are we making this time? Workshop expansion supplies, high quality. The very difficult craft. And it's done. I assume you got there in the end? Well, yeah, I just cast the make it 100% quality skill. Ahem. Oh yes, very good. Except for this, slight impurity here. It should suffice, though. Just joking. It's damn near perfect. This'll go a long way in making the workshop bigger and better than ever. One thing's bothering me, though. I haven't seen Ozogg since she wandered off. I heard from one of the others she was loitering by something called Radis's Round. Since Chief Zamat almost bloody well banished me for taking Watts' plans, I reckon even harsher punishment is in store for Ozogg. I mean, I bet their chief didn't take too kindly to her giving away their secrets and building us the ethanol mill. Now I know what you're thinking. Look at that daft sod Ronitt worrying about Ozogg. Well, I ain't. I just want to know if there's something I should be worried about, which isn't the same thing at all. Even if there was, I doubt she'd tell me or any of the other Tholes, so maybe you could have a word with her? Toad nod. Thanks. Appreciate it. If you could find out what her chief did, and if it's any cause for concern, it'd go a long way to putting my mind at ease. So of course I'm just waiting for them to get together in the end, and then the tribes to be united or something. Something silly like that. Let's see what why Ozogg is just loitering around and not helping out. Oh, it's you, Brilliant. Is something the matter? Ronitt sent you to check up on me. Maybe he doesn't despise me as much as he have anyone believe. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Oh dear, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. If you must know, I didn't come down here to sulk. I just wanted to have a look around where the demonstration is due to take place. If anything ruins Ronitt's big day, I'll have to wait even longer to pit my skills against his. Sure. But, if I'm being honest, there's a bit more to it than that. Brilliant, will you promise not to tell the others? The truth is, I've no plans to return to Comra once this is all over. In fact, I'd already made that decision the day I left, so it makes no difference whether I'm banished or not. I couldn't care less what the chief or anyone else thinks about me, as long as I can carry on with my engineering. The feeling of having an idea and seeing it come to life right before your eyes, it's indescribable. The thing is, as one of Watt's descendants, everyone had such high expectations of me, even as a child. Build this, build that, craft me some copper rings. No, not those. I didn't make that mistake when I started crafting. So this joke, there's a mistake that so many new crafters make, where there's a quest for a goldsmithing, I think, where you have to create copper rings. And a lot of people accidentally go and make a copper ring. And this is what that's referencing. When the pressure got too much, I'd sneak away from my teachers to play with the junk I'd collected from around the village. That's how I first met Ronitt. He was a few years younger than me. He still is, as far as I know. I mean, you age at the same time. But just like me, he was picking up pieces of scrap metal and imagining all sorts of things he could make from them. When I went over to speak to him, I found we were also like as two peas in a pod. He loved to make things just as much as I did, and in that brief time we spent together, we talked all about the ideas we'd had, and even made a sort of mechanical doll. As a sign of our newfound friendship, I gave a Gog coin and promised that we'd meet again. But someone must have seen us. When I got back home to the village, my parents forbade me from playing with that Thole boy. And, well, that was the last I saw of him. He was so young, I doubt he remembers any of it, but I'll always cherish the memories of that day, that simple joy of making something for its own sake. Seeing Ronitt and his friends working together reminded me how I felt on that day. I'd rather be here helping them build something that will make a difference to the whole of Novront than only doing what's best for the Gog. Ahem. And once that's over and done with, I'll have a chance to prove that I'm a better engineer than Ronitt and claim Watt's hammer. For that is my true objective. Oh yes. Sure. It's true. Well, I suppose I don't really need the hammer as such. I just thought a little competition would be healthy for both of us. But I have a feeling that you're far too skilled to be taking orders from someone like Ronitt. Why are you helping him anyway? I want them out. For the greater good. Whatever these talented hands are needed, I will be there. Because there's money to be made, presumably. Nah. It's for the mount, dude. I want that tank mount. Well, if it's the staggering level of incompetence around Watts' anvil is anything to go by, those talented hands of yours will find no shortage of work. We all have our reasons for being here, I suppose, and it's not like anyone is forcing us to do this. I'm just glad to have someone other than those boorish thulls to speak to. I mean you, by the way. Honestly, I can't see how they get anything done over in Tomra. Did you see the way Ronitt let their chief talk him into that ridiculous ultimatum? If they don't get those tanks finished in time, that'll be the end of Watts' anvil, and everything I've worked for will go up in smoke. And worst of all, I'll never get the hammer if Ronitt loses in a stupid wager. Luckily, I have a plan, but I'll need some time to mull over the finer points. For now, let's get back to the workshop. I just want the hammer. Sure. Sure. Hey, Ronitt, your girlfriend back? So, what did she say? Oh, clearly not. She just went to look over the demonstration site. Seems she wants us to pass Chief Zamot's test, even if it's only for the chance to challenge me to Watts' hammer. Main thing is, she's sticking around long enough to help with the tanks. But enough talk, let's get to work. Because if this doesn't go exactly according to plan, we're done for. Oh gods, I'm not used to this sort of pressure. What do you think of this new and improved workshop? There's no way we can fail now, right? Actually, don't answer that. It won't take us anywhere near as long to build the other 4 tanks as it did the first, but we still have our work cut out for us. Might have to tell the others no sleep till we're done. And don't go thinking that excludes you. I'm expecting great things from you in these days leading up to Beardtide. So no slacking. Stoic nod. Watts' anvil is now equipped with everything needed to produce Rollin Tankards en masse. But with the day of reckoning fast approaching, will Ronitt and his comrades be able to complete a column of tanks that meets Chief Zamot's exacting standards? I don't care, I just want them out. Your reputation has increased to honored. Cool. Let's take a look at what new stuff we got. See if there's anything to buy. Oh, got a new orchestration scroll. Watts' Anvil orchestration scroll. Okay.